I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Please.
Objection. Objection. Are we in a common law court? Yes or no? Case dismissed. Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction.
April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up. You refuse.
All right, folks. Today we've got a sovereign citizen meltdown that'll make you shake your head and wonder how judges keep their cool. From the very first minute, this woman comes in swinging. She refuses to even acknowledge the court until she gets an answer to her favorite question. What jurisdiction are we under? Common law court, yes or no? And of course, when she doesn't get the magic answer she wants, she starts shouting, "Case dismissed," like she's the judge. This is classic sovereign citizen nonsense. They think if they...
First of all, are we on the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are we under penalty and perjury?
Are we on what, ma'am?
Under penalty and perjury, if you're willing to swear in.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can barely hear you.
I said, is everybody willing to swear in under penalty and perjury?
Ma'am, we're not taking testimony as of yet. Today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and adjourned arraignment pretrial in these matters.
It still has to be placed on a record. He still has to be put under penalty and perjury because he's swearing to an alleged crime against me and holding me accountable. So even though this is just a hearing, it still has to be put on notice for the public as well.
Ma'am, today is the day and time scheduled for the pre-hearing and the arraignment pretrial. Would you state your name for the record, please?
Benita Seeley.
Ms. Seeley, Mr. Battar is the court-appointed attorney assigned to this courtroom for the day. He's indicated that you don't wish to engage his services. Is that correct?
No, let me explain my position. I asked him a simple question about jurisdiction. That's why this hearing has been re-adjourned for today, because the last hearing, none of the attorneys could answer the question in regards to what jurisdiction that we're operating under. So they want to proceed without addressing the jurisdiction, which is a violation of due process. So in order for him to represent me on any public record, I have to understand what jurisdiction he's operating on.
Repeat jurisdiction enough times, the case just evaporates. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. The judge here tries to explain, calmly, respectfully, that this is a pre-hearing, an arraignment, nothing complicated, but our sovereign citizen, Miss Seeley, isn't having it. She demands everything be under penalty of perjury, insists that unless the court says the magic words she wants to hear, the whole thing is a violation of due process. Now let's stop right here. If you're ever in court, here's a little life advice. When the judge asks you,
Ms. Seeley, if you do not wish to use the court-appointed attorney, and you confirm as much to the court right now, Mr. Battar can go back, ma'am, Mr. Battar can go back and do other things that he needs to do this morning. Do you wish to use Mr. Battar's services, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel through some other mechanism?
Under what charge, under which jurisdiction, and then who's bringing the charges against me?
Ma'am, there were citations issued against you in Huron Township for limited access speeding 11 to 15 miles per hour over the posted speed limit. That's a civil infraction. There's count 2, no proof of insurance. And there is the misdemeanor of driving while license not valid or improper license. Do you wish to use the services of the MIDC attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself this morning, or do you wish to retain counsel?
Who are the parties bringing this claim against me? It's a simple question.
I answered your question, ma'am. I answered your question, ma'am. I answered your question, ma'am.
And could you re-answer it? Because I didn't hear it. Who's bringing the charges against me?
The citation that was issued to you was issued by an officer from Huron Township, Freddie Yono. It's the citation that was issued is signed.
So it's
It
Freddie.
has his name and his ID number. Ma'am, my question to you is, do you wish to engage the services of the court-appointed attorney, or may I release him to go back to do some other work?
Wait a minute, I have questions before I can answer on. You're trying to get me to
No,
avoid
ma'am.
questions that you
No,
know.
ma'am.
Yes, it's a
No,
it's a
ma'am.
due process violation. Objection. Yes,
Miss
because you're not
Seeley,
hearing
this
me.
is
This
the
is a
Miss
hearing.
Seeley, this is the third and last time I'm asking you. Will you be using Mr. Batars to represent you this morning, or do you wish to retain your private attorney, or do you wish to represent yourself?
I need to understand what jurisdiction we're under.
Mr. Batar, you may return to your breakout rooms to meet with other potential clients. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I
Ms.
may,
Seeley, do you intend to represent, I'm sorry, Ms. Foley Carter.
I just want we started this case back in July. Ms. Seeley attended her first pretrial. She demanded that the case be dismissed. I declined. I asked that the case be set for a bench trial. Ms. Seeley objected, and Magistrate Hinman advised her to file a motion stating her objection. Since then, she asked Judge Green for her oath of office and then didn't appear for the court dates before Judge Oakley. So this case has been going on for quite some time with no resolution.
Because it's I'm asking a question and it requires a rebuttal and it's being ignored. You cannot violate the due process. This is a hearing, and any question that I have needs to be answered.
A yes or no question, answer it. Don't launch into a lecture about commercial law versus common law. This isn't a college debate team. It's a courtroom. And refusing to answer doesn't make you sound smart. It makes you look completely lost. The patience this judge shows, honestly, it's award-worthy. She asked 3 times, just 3 simple times, whether Miss Seeley wants an attorney, wants to represent herself, or wants to hire her own lawyer. That's it. That's the question. And every single time, Miss Seeley dodges it like it's a trap. Instead, she keeps circling back. What jurisdiction? Who's bringing the claim against me? Is this common law or commercial law? Meanwhile, the prosecutor and the...
You don't get to sit in the capacity of government and ignore the questions that the people have. Someone's bringing a claim against me, and my only question is, are we dealing in a commercial or a common law, also known as a record of law, court? That's simple. So are we in a common law court, yes or no?
Marianne, a in-person bench trial date in this matter, please.
Objection. Objection. Are we in a common law court, yes or no?
January
Case
23rd
dismissed.
at 11 o'clock.
Case dismissed. Case dismissed because you refuse to rebuttal to the question regarding jurisdiction. You cannot proceed without honoring the jurisdiction. You cannot be in
Ms.
the capacity
Seeley,
of a...
the misdemeanor matter and the 2 civil infractions that are traveling with it that were issued on April 26, 2023 will be set for an in-person bench trial in courtroom number 1.
Objection. I will not be showing up. Objection. I will not be showing up. You refuse to answer the question of jurisdiction. You're trying to get me into the courtroom so you can take me against my will and lock me up in a cage like an animal. Objection. You do not have jurisdiction over me. You do not have judicial authority in North America. You are working for a municipality called the state of Michigan. You have no jurisdiction. You are an attorney. You work for a corporation. You are in a municipal capacity. You have no authority. You call yourself government. Your position is a public servant.
Miss
I am the
Seeley,
objection.
Miss Seeley,
no, you cannot proceed as an attorney. Objection. I will not be showing up in court. I will appeal this matter. Objection.
There is no question pending to you, ma'am. This court will be muting you at this time because the court has muted Ms. Seeley as her responses are not responsive to the matter that is before the court. This matter is being scheduled for trial. If Ms. Seeley wishes to absent herself from that trial, that is her absolute right. That trial date is January 23rd at 11 a.m. That concludes this matter.
Officer are just sitting there, probably wondering how long this circus is going to last. And here's the kicker. When the judge finally explains the charges, speeding, no proof of insurance, driving on an invalid, license, Miss Seeley acts like none of it applies to her. She wants names, titles, real parties of interest, as if the officer's signed ticket isn't enough. Folks, it's traffic court, not the UN Security Council, but she's doubling down. She interrupts, objects to everything, and insists the whole case is void because the court won't honor jurisdiction. At this point, even the judge's patience is starting to show some cracks. You can almost feel her thinking, why am I explaining basic law to a grown adult for the 10th time? And just when you think this can't go any further off the rails, Miss Seeley starts claiming that answering the judge's questions would somehow violate her rights. No, ma'am. What's actually happening here is the court is bending over backwards to give you a fair chance, and you're throwing it away. The judge, trying to keep order, gives this man chance after chance. But instead of calming down, he digs in deeper. He starts arguing about transportation codes, claiming they don't apply to him because he wasn't operating a motor vehicle. No, he insists. He was simply traveling in his private automobile. And in his mind, that distinction is supposed to magically erase the law. The judge pushes back, reminding him that every driver on the road is bound by the same rules. But the man won't let go. He fires back with one of the most common sovereign citizen lines. How is my right to travel removed by requiring me to have a license? Now, let's pause here. To most people, it's common sense. Licenses exist to make sure people know how to drive safely. But in this courtroom, logic has no seat at the table. This man is standing on a hill of nonsense, and he's prepared to defend it until the bitter end. As the hearing drags on, his frustration grows. His voice rises, his words get sharper, and you can see it plain as day. He's not here to resolve anything. He's here to win an argument he can't possibly win. And the judge? He's done playing games. Calmly, firmly, he explains once again that the law applies, that this so-called right to travel doesn't excuse him from responsibility. But our sovereign friend isn't hearing it. He cuts in, interrupts, and circles back to the same tired point again and again. Finally, the judge shuts it down. Enough is enough. No more back and forth, no more legal gymnastics. The ruling stands, and the defendant is left fuming, realizing, maybe for the first time, that his sovereign playbook doesn't protect him in a real courtroom. And right there, the meltdown ends. Not with a victory, not with a grand escape, but with a simple, harsh truth. The law doesn't bend just because you declare yourself exempt. This hearing is the perfect example of how these sovereign citizen tactics crumble under real pressure. Judges don't play along, and when push comes to shove, the courtroom doesn't bow to YouTube legal theories.